Okay, M3, it's up on a lift, set at an appropriate height. I'm gonna work on something that I'm sure is gonna get me some real great brownie points with the value lovers out here. I've got some Dinan carbon strut tower little brace thingies. I'm sure this is gonna go over really well on the internet, but I don't care. I'm doing what I like. So what these do is they replace the little aluminum little connections that create the strut tower brace assembly on the M3, which I guarantee I'm not going to feel, but man, is it going to look cool. So this is a subtle little, very expensive touch made by Dinan for the E92. So we have a brace here and brace here. And I hope I can do this without it taking 16 hours. In my mind, this is like a 10-minute install, but in the real world, it's probably going to take me 3 hours to do, and then I'm taking the whole engine out to get these on here. So looks like we just have two separate mounting points, which should basically line up. And then I'll sit here and choose which side is which, and it'll dress up the engine bay a little bit. So let's get started. So this is what it's all about, being able to just reach right behind me and get what we need. I think these are probably 13 millimeters. So let's see, so I have a little ratcheting. So let's start with this side. Moving these. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Could never say that I don't work on my own car. This very advanced project ought to earn me some street cred, but then I guess that's negated by the fact that I'm doing a really expensive cosmetic upgrade here. All that matters is I love my M3. So it looks like I think I can get this off of here without pulling this whole plastic assembly. The Dinan instructions say to pull this whole thing off. Let's see, what can I stick this thing to? That. Now I feel really special. So I was doing the cheap pressure washer tests, and I was dealing with the Comet, and then the foam wasn't really working the way it should have, and my M3 was right there, and I was like, I'm not going to foam the car, and then I foamed the wall, and I'm like, I really need to see how it looks on the car. So I foamed it, and the sun was out, and then I rinsed the car, and then I came inside and got sidetracked uploading the video, and the water here at HQ must be really hard, and I got water spots over 3/4 of the car. Oh, you want to talk about angry. And they literally would not come off with anything. Like nothing would touch these things. I realized I have 7 different spot removers. I've got IGL that somebody sent me. I've got the spotless from CarPro. I've got 2 different kamikazes, one aggressive, one conservative. I've got MDR from Optimum. I used IPA. I used everything possible, everything I could possibly dream up, and no dice. See, this is why I think they recommend that you take this plastic assembly off, but I'm going to try to do it without that. I got all these fancy tools. I ought to be able to get something in there. So I tried perfect finish. A lot of times water spots, there's no way it was that etched or that minerally damaging in that really short period of time. But yeah, it was a darn mess that took 7 hours to fix. So I ended up having to compound with the wool pads. That was what worked best to get the water spots out. So now I got a fresh set of Colonite or Power Lock and Colonite on the car. So I basically removed all the wax, clayed the whole car, compounded 3/4 of the car, finish polished the whole car again. Talk about frustrating. All it happened in 2 minutes. So this would be a lot easier if I took off this assembly here. I also have pulleys that I'm dreading because the pulley install, oh boy. I remember last time, it was a leave and come back the next morning sort of level of anger. Pulley makes like 10 horsepower or so, but it's really, really tight. So I'm begging you guys, help me get these darn pressure washers out of here. I've got 40 something of them. So what I'm doing with them, in order to, or most of them, depending on how much it cost me, I'm giving a hefty discount, in many cases giving the pressure washer away for free, but I'm requiring you to buy all the gear. Why do we need a 4-foot long bolt here? It ends up being like, you know, somewhere around 450 bucks shipped to get everything that you need to make it function the way that I would suggest. So you guys have got to help me out with these darn pressure washers. So I'm selling them in order to recoup, or at least not get killed on these things. I'm giving away most of the pressure washers with, if you buy the main package, you know, the package of all the gear that you need to make it function the way that I suggest. I should be able to just lift this up and out. Yeah, I think this thing's gonna have to come out. Dang it. So here's what I'm doing here. You know, I took these two off, and then those two in the back off, but there's this stopper thingy. So I think I gotta take all this plastic apart to get in there. I think it's smarter to do this correctly instead of doing it halfway. Let's take the cover off first. I think there are 5. Or 2. I think this has a few. Yeah, this is going to be a whole lot easier. Yeah, there we go. Should have done that in the first place. Dumb. It would have taken me half as long to do that. So there's our piece. So here's the difference. Sweet. Looks darn good. So we put our 2 nuts on. So there we go. So we got 1, 2, 1, 2. And just kind of pull this up so I can reach up in there. So these sonic tools I'm really digging, man. I was concerned that, you know, I would get so hung up on the organization that I'd got some crappy tools, but I think they're really nice. Highly recommend them. You know, we've built out the entire suite of tools with my recommended sets in the OG store, so you can order up whatever you need. Oh shoot. So air tools are on the agenda. Even though electric is efficient, I'd like to have both, just because. Why not? There we go. I know, you should never break loose with the ratcheting part. These aren't on particularly tightly. So I'll probably do everything on this M3 myself. I'm going to do the brakes, put the wheels on. Obviously I can't mount the tires because I don't have a mounting balancing machine. I can do the pulley here. But I think I'm going to get one of those aligning things, those, forget what it's called, but you align it with a string. You can do it on your own, in your own garage, in your own time. Maybe somebody can comment and tell me how those things do. Is it something that's going to drive me insane? You know, I love the idea of being able to do my own alignments, not have to go somewhere. I'm guessing it's not going to be as precise, but I could be convinced to stay at home in my own garage and align it on my own time, rather than having to, especially where I live, having to drive an hour each way to go somewhere to get it done. Then we'll do probably the suspension. I'm waiting for the monoball mounts because I don't remember if that will throw the alignment off if I do the upper control arm or the front control arm monoballs. I don't remember when we did my F80. So I'd like to do all of it at once. So I need to get some sort of little press to press out those fittings. I didn't show this on camera, but I changed out the cabin air filters here as part of my maintenance routine. The last thing I need to do is probably a coolant flush. It's probably a little early for that, but I might do it anyway. We'll be doing all the brake lines and brake fluid here with the HREs, so I don't have to worry about that. That'll get done. And then this car is pretty well set up. I'm not going to do the rod bearings anytime soon, or the valve actuators. Maybe I'll do it at 50,000 miles if I ever get there. And again, I said I'd do the rod bearings if I did a supercharger. You know, in a 2013 and an oil analysis isn't gonna tell me anything, so it's kind of pointless. Go. Dine in peace. I'm usually not for branded stuff, but this looks cool. At least I think it does. This is actually surprisingly more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Oh, shoot, you can take that thing off. Idiot. I'm gonna save me a lot of pain here. I can just push this thing out of here. So that rubber stopper is messing it all up. Better put that in my pocket so I don't lose it. Dang, that would have been so much easier. Again, I always figure this stuff out after I'm done. Now, I've done the pulleys before, but it's been 7 years, 8 years since I've done them, so that's not going to help me much. All right, rolling through it. And by rolling through it, I mean taking twice as long as it should. I didn't realize how simple, like I thought the strut tower brace was one solid piece, where this is actually two little connecting pieces that replace the aluminum stuff. So let's put all the plastic pieces back together. I'm telling you, check this out. This is so freaking cool. Here's my 3/8 inch drawer. Oh man. Ratchet, extension. And I think these were, what size was I doing? 9mm, 8 millimeter. Boom. I really like these as well. Put these all back in place. Leather stripping back on. Obviously these don't need to be torqued too much because it's plastic. I don't like it when the plastic parts have scratches on them. I kind of want to buy another one. I know that's probably not the smartest thing, but all right, neat little 45-minute, hour-long project. And if I wasn't messing with the camera, it'd probably take less time. I think it looks good. I like it. Certainly unnecessary, but it seems that my entire life is unnecessary, so looks good. All right, subtle little upgrade, and I've been doing some of the little subtle changes to the car. The bigger changes are coming here shortly when we do the wheels and tires and all of that. Still waiting for the HREs. They take a long time to get, apparently. So the brakes are behind me here. I'll be doing the brakes soon. Yeah, I think it looks good. We'll go out and test and see if we can feel a difference. So anyway, I'll do the pulleys in another video tomorrow. Probably I'm going to work on some more pressure washers and getting them designed and built in the system. But anyway, thanks for watching this one if you're interested in the M3. And hopefully you don't make too much fun of me for wasting my money, but I think it's cool. Anyway, thanks for watching. As always, stay tuned for more crazy. Catch you soon. What happens when the force pulls you back, your foot naturally comes off the gas. You have to keep your foot to the floor, foot to the floor.